Hello everyone and welcome back to Maddie Vlogs and Does. I hope everyone is doing fantastic wherever you are in this amazing planet. I wanted to touch on the Will Smith and Chris Rock situation because I feel like a lot of us are kind of like missing the point under my perspective. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Everybody has their own opinion. However, this is the perfect time for us to be a little bit compassionate. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh my gosh, it's a conspiracy. They're not doing anything. This is all a setup, blah, 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 blah. But if you look at the bigger picture, it is not, okay? I don't know if you guys look at Will Smith and I think he doesn't do... I don't know if it was a speech or if he was in an interview and he talked about loving unconditionally. And you guys know I'm all for loving unconditionally. When he and his wife are going through situations, just like you guys out there go through situations with your spouse, I have a spouse and I go through situations with my spouse and I do things that are not totally under the normal spectrum of what society will accept 100% of the time. In my relationship, this also happens with people, even if they have a ridiculous amount of money, a ridiculous amount of abundance. They also go through mental health. They go through financial struggles. They go through struggles dealing with themselves, dealing with being a parent, dealing with being someone's sister, someone's brother, something else outside of themselves. They also deal with that, right? So when we see Will Smith coming out of his character, to me, it shows, not first of all, his human side. It shows that humans need to have some sort of limit, and there's only but so much that people can take, even when you're up there, even when you're being watched, even when you're being taunted, even when you're being talked about. There's only but so much that people can take. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell y'all? Do you understand? I hope you guys understand. Comment below if you guys understand. And try to see it in a different perspective. Sometimes people in their relationships don't carry themselves like everybody else will carry themselves. Like maybe the situation with Jada having an entanglement, and the reason why I talk about this is because a lot of the memes that I see is people like saying, you know, that he shouldn't defend her because she had an entanglement. But the gods only know. The universe only knows how many times Jada had to hold back because he too had an entanglement that you guys would not be ready to understand. Okay? I'm talking about Will Smith, that you guys will not be ready to see or understand or accept. Okay? Like if you look at his trajectory along the lines, it's difficult. Okay? Like for example, I will give myself as an example. As a matter of fact, I will give you guys the sacrifice of seeing me. I'm married. My husband and I are into the swinging community. My husband and I went into this situation, into this relationship, understanding that I am part of the LGBTQ community because I am pansexual. He has an understanding of that. It would be okay with me for us to not be in a monogamous relationship all the time. It's okay. The universe only knows what their contract is behind closed doors, okay? So it's very heartbreaking to see that people are so closed-minded and have such parasitical energy to not understand that this is still a married couple. And even if you're not married, you should still see and understand that this is a married couple with children. And there's so much that people can take. You, in the normal world, in the normal spectrum, me, in the normal world, in the normal spectrum, can sometimes barely handle showing up to work every day, okay? Because you just imagine your life being portrayed, and then one time, there's this one thing that triggers you, and that's what happens. It was a trigger. It's what I see. Even if it was fake, even if it was acted out, it's a trigger. It's something that needed to be handled by Will Smith. Like, you know what? Stop talking about my wife. Stop talking about the things that my wife is doing, because clearly he understands and he loves her just the way she is, entanglements or not, okay? This is probably an agreement that they had within their relationship. And I just ask, as an intuitive individual, as a humanist, a humanitarian, as just a regular person, as a pansexual individual, as a married individual, as somebody's daughter, somebody's sister, somebody's daughter, like somebody's granddaughter, somebody's like niece. I am asking for us to have a little bit more compassion of how we project our energy towards anybody, even if it's on social media. I understand that we love to glorify these individuals like Will Smith and people that we love and adore, but it does something to you to go on social media and talk about stuff and laugh about stuff. That's the moment where you should ask yourself if you need therapy yourself, if you're not being understanding yourself. So I just ask for people to be compassionate, because you don't know what's going on behind closed doors, and you don't know what people's arrangements are within their marriage. And I give you my life as an example. My husband is never going to be on this YouTube channel. My husband is not going to be reading the cards with me, but this is something that he understands that I love to do. He understands that I'm a spiritual being. He understands that, okay? He also understands that to be able to have married me, he would have to accept 100% of me. So thankfully, let's transmute the situation. We still have men like Will Smith who accept their partners exactly the way they are. Maybe you guys behind the screen should practice a little bit of unconditional love and acceptance. And this way we wouldn't have so many divorces, we wouldn't have so many legal separations, we wouldn't have so many things going on without understanding first. And I'll tell you this, if I ever get a divorce, if my husband and I, knock on wood, ever get a divorce, it will still be unconditional love there, and I would accept any decision that would come out of him, and I'm sure that he would accept any decision that would come out of me. So I love you all very much. Please do not forget to water your life, and let's try to practice unconditional love and stay safe out there, okay? Mentally, physically, and financially, and spiritually. Bye, y'all.